Hello everybody and welcome back to the HTAB YouTube channel. Today you find me out and about, and behind me just there is Wick Bus Terminal, which is finally, after over a year and a half of opening again, being used to its full potential. So, a while back I put out a video just showing you the new stop here, as you can see. So it's a beautiful bus stop sign at the top, it's purple colour, and surprisingly still clean, like structure and sort of, what's the word, surroundings. But finally, after all this time, buses are coming here again, and that's good. We've got the X99 now here, the 77, which has recently been reinstated, the Wick Town service, so that just follows the old errands of Wick 914's timetable, roughly to a certain extent, if you will. And, well, all the other services, the 80, the 82, the 99, like I said, the X99 now, which is quite an important thing to be here, as after all this time, it never came here. It sort of just went from Bridge Street up there and didn't even bother coming down here. And the excuse was, well, the bus incident that hit the pound structure over there. You'll be seeing some photos, I'm sure. I'm sure I've talked about it in the past, but that was the main reasoning behind them not coming here anymore. And that's frankly stupid, because the council put the brick stuff on the hill to stop buses from sliding, as it was ice that actually caused the incident. A bus came down the hill, slid onto black ice, straight into the pound structure, and it was the talk of the town. And that, well, was like, what's the word, got rid of services from down here. Then in, what was it, April 2023, something like that, the 80, the recently reinstated 80 service as part of the new timetable, might have been before April, but something like that, I don't remember, it was quite a while ago now, over a year in fact. The 80, the 82, and that was actually it at the time. There was just two services coming to this bus terminal, which is frankly ridiculous. There's a lot of services coming to Wick, and the most important one, the X99, never came here. So, let's talk about some positives. The X99 actually comes down here now. That's great, because it reduces crowding on Bridge Street up there, which is frankly useless, as if they put a disabled ramp down up there, it just lands on top of the wall. Whereas here we've got this perfectly beautiful open space where they can unload and load disabled people and regular passengers too. Obviously we're not just talking about disabled people, for the convenience of just regular people too. There's more space down here, as it's a dedicated bus terminal as opposed to a road. Also, there's other benefits, such as the reducing traffic up there. That means traffic doesn't have to queue down Bridge Street and cause mayhem when there's more than one bus parked up there. And even when there's one bus, it just causes chaos. The stuff has to wait behind, wait for stuff coming the other way, and then go around the bus. And it's just, well, what's the word? A nuisance. That's the word I'll use. The sun's actually really starting to hurt my eyes, like keep looking at this. I keep seeing people actually stood at the bus stop, and I don't intentionally know what they're waiting for. Because as it's Saturday the 2nd of November, there's not many buses. In fact, the next bus is coming from Thurso at about 11:55 or something like that. And that's heading up to Tesco. And obviously I was talking about the 77 service too, which actually calls here about, what, 12 to 15 times a day? It's pretty good really. Okay, yes, there's no passengers on it, but for the about 10 passengers that you do get on that route from 9 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, as it just goes around Wick all day, connecting Papigo, Staxco, Keys, Johnny Rose, Cannock Bay, Bower, the town of Wick itself, Poultney Town, and of course Wick Airport and Wick Bus Terminal. So yes, connects everything up, goes around 5 days a week, should run on a weekend, but there's probably no demand. And Stagecoach have obviously recently got that service, and it calls here, like I said, about 15 times a day. Anyway, like I said, it calls here many times a day. Many, that's the word. Stopping here on its way every time it passes, as opposed to just sort of gliding past on the main road, not bothering to come down here at all. Okay, it might be an inconvenience for the drivers, but, well, it's passengers, it's a public service, they're running it for people, they're not running it for the benefit of the drivers. If the drivers don't want to do the work, they shouldn't work for the company. Right, there's one more thing I want to talk about, and it's not weird people or me saying strange things, it's actually the lack of timetables in the bus shelter. So, I'll see you inside. And the final thing I'd like to address is this whiteboard here. You may be thinking, well, what relevance is that to this video? Well, it's quite relevant in fact, because this is the board where timetables should be. But the Highland Council and Stagecoach, yes, the people that operate and are in charge of the buses now in Caithness, like the most part of it in fact, can't even be bothered to put up timetables to let passengers know when the bus is due. And recently, I've noticed on the app bustimes.org, which is often quite good, you can look at any buses, any fleet numbers, any services roughly, and see exactly where your bus is. And on the Stagecoach bus app itself, the buses completely simply cocked up. So things went wrong, you couldn't see where your buses were, and people needing to travel couldn't even see on physical paper timetables. And these days, it's all about the digital world. But then again, when the digital world eventually, breaks down, we've not even got like a physical timetable or means of knowing when your bus arrives, and that is frankly ridiculous. So I've gone over positives in this video, I've gone over the negatives of this bus terminal, but what are my thoughts? Well, my thoughts are in fact this: it's a great idea. In practice, the bus is now coming down here again, it's great, but Stagecoach themselves haven't made it work. Before they should have introduced all the buses, they should have been prepared, they should have had timetables, they should have had information screens that actually worked and were accurate to when your bus was going to arrive, and maybe some sort of leaflets with paper timetables. Oh my god, like they've done it in finesse. Wow, that's revolutionary, Henry. Never think I'd thought that, whatever that means, but you know what I'm trying to say, don't you? Anyway, that's it for this video. That's all I've got to say about the Wick Bus Terminal being used to its full potential. So, I'll see you on the next one, and maybe there'll be some more changes in the future. Well, hopefully. Or at least some sort of physical timetable. Right, I'll leave you here, and I'll let you catch your bus. See ya!